1972, Warner Leroy, grandson of Harry Warner of Warner Brothers, was an active entrepreneur and had a huge idea to open a massive entertainment complex in a rural area conveniently located between Philadelphia and New York City. The complex was to feature a sports venue, a safari park, a campground, concert and show venues, a floral gardens, a shopping center, hotels, boats, buses, monorails, but most importantly, an amusement park. He bought the property from the Switlick family, famous for making golf bags, mail bags, heavy stitching items, like that. Apparently the Switlick family thought it was just going to be an animal safari, but clearly Mr. Leroy had other plans. There was a lawsuit and what have you about it. The end result was the Switlick family lost almost their entire fortune. So lesson learned here, don't with the Warner family. Mr. Leroy joined forces with Hardrick Industries to construct the complex and open it in a phased 5-year plan. The park with the safari opened to the general public on July 1st, 1974. Everything was designed to be larger than life, a true escape from reality. Some of the opening year areas of the park consisted of Garden of Marvels, a miniature village, Dream Street, serving as the park's midway, Rootin' Tootin' Ready for Shootin', and the Strawberry Fair, to name a few. Some of the opening year attractions were the Sky Ride, Big Fury, a Pinfari Zyklon coaster, the Sawmill Log Flume, the park's log flume, the Giant Wheel, a carousel, Super Roundup, Runaway Mine Train, an Aerodynamics mine train coaster, Northern Star Arena, and the Great Train Ride. 1975 saw a small expansion to the park with the Fun Fair and Fortune Festival, a games area. Also that year was the addition of the Moon Flume, a second log flume built on the opposite end of the park to ease the crowds on the other end of the park. Also there was a Schwarzkopf Jumbo Jet roller coaster built, but mysteriously never opened. No one really knew why. And a rotor was also added that year. 1976 saw the park's main entrance change to the one that it has today. It was originally going to be called Liberty Court, but it is now simply referred to as Main Street. And the Strawberry and Fun Fair areas were absorbed into one and called the Enchanted Forest, and was later referred to as Fantasy Forest. And finally that year was the addition of the Alpine Blitz, coming from my guy, Anton Schwarzkopf. 1977 saw an astronomical change to the park, as it was sold to Six Flags, and rebranded as Six Flags Great Adventure. And they removed Big Fury right away. The first full year under Six Flags ownership, we saw the removal of Alpine Blitz, but the addition of the Showcase Theater, Wild Rider, a Schwarzkopf Wildcat, but most importantly, Lightning Loops, a pair of aerodynamic shuttle loop coasters where the loops interlocked with one another, which produced quite a f***ing visual. 1979 saw the addition of the Haunted Castle, a walk-through haunted house style attraction, Spinmeister, a Schwarzkopf Enterprise, and Rolling Thunder, a William Cobb wood racing roller coaster. The following year saw the removal of the Great Train Ride, and in 1981 we had the removal of Wild Rider, but the addition of Roaring Rapids, one of those Intamin Rapids attractions. They're f***ing fun, aren't they, though? You know? In 1982, there was a corporate shift within the park, as Penn Central, who owned all of the Six Flags parks at the time, decided, meh, and sold them all to Bally Entertainment. Under the first year of Bally Entertainment in 1983, they added the Parachute, Training Center, Edwards, AFD, Jump Tower. Also, Freefall, one of those first-generation Intamin drop towers, was added to the park as well. 1984 tragedy struck the park, as the Haunted Castle caught on fire, burned to the ground, but most importantly, lives were lost. It is considered one of the most tragic theme park accidents of all time. I don't like to go into accidents too much on my channel, so if you'd like to learn more about it, feel free to look it up yourself. But it is quite a tragedy. On a much lighter note that year, the Sarajevo bobsled was added, an Intamin bobsled roller coaster. Plus, the Looney Tunes characters were now added at the park, thanks to the purchase of Six Flags Great America from Marriott's. 1985 saw the addition of the Looping Starship, an Intamin looping starship. 1986 saw Ultra Twister, one of those insane twisting tubular roller coasters from Togo. 1987 saw yet another shakeup from the corporate end, as Bally Entertainment decided, meh, and sold all the Six Flags parks to Westray Capital Corporation. That year also saw the addition of Splash Waterfalls, a Shoot the Chutes ride, But again, more tragedy struck the park that year, as there was a death on lightning loops. It was safe to say at this time in the park's history, its reputation was not so good. 1988 saw the removal of Sarajevo bobsled as a part of the ride rotation program Six Flags was doing at the time, and it was sent to Great America, where it operated as Rolling Thunder. 1989 saw a huge addition to the park, the Great American Scream Machine from Aerodynamics, one of their mega loopers. This thing stood 173 feet tall and reached speeds of 68 miles per hour. Nothing to shrug at. That same year saw the removal of Ultra Twister, and that was sent a pack into Six Flags Astro World. 1990 saw an Intamin stand-up coaster shipped over from Six Flags Magic Mountain called Shockwave. 1991 saw, you guessed it, another corporate shakeup, as Time Warner took control of all the Six Flags parks from Westward Capital Corporation. That same year we saw Roaring Rapids get named to Congo River Rapids, and also in addition to a brand new area of the park, Adventure Rivers, which was kind of a precursor to a water park. It featured some water slides and whatnot, but without it actually being a water park, you didn't have to wear a swimsuit or whatnot. 1992 saw the east end of the park get rethemed to Action Town. That was also the debut year of Fright Fest at the park, plus the removal of lightning loops and Shockwave. Shockwave was sent to Six Flags Astro World, where it operated as Batman the Escape, and the pair of lightning loops were split apart and sold separately. The top loop went to Six Flags America, then known as Adventure World, where it operated as Python, and the bottom loop went to Frontier City, where it still operates today as Diamondback. 1993 saw another big addition to the park, as Action Town was renamed Movie Town to usher in Batman the Ride, only the second B&M inverted roller coaster in the world. Also saw the addition of the Batman Stunt Show, to hype everything up, of course. 1995 saw the addition of Viper, a Togo looping roller coaster. 1996 saw the addition of Skull Mountain, a custom-made Intamin indoor family roller coaster. 1997 saw another huge addition to the park, Batman and Robin the Chiller, a Premier Rides launched dueling shuttle loop roller coaster. A very, very unique ride. Plus, at 200 feet tall, was the tallest ride in the park at the time. 1998 saw Time Warner take a back seat in their theme park game, and Premier Parks took over control of all the Six Flags properties. Also that year, Adventure Rivers closed, and it was replaced by Looney Tunes Seaport. 1999 saw Premier Parks add a plethora of different rides. To name a few was Houdini's Great Escape, a Vekoma Madhouse, Blackbeard's Lost Treasure Train, a kids coaster, Twister, a Huss top spin, Time Warp, a chance double inverter, Evolution, a unique pendulum-esque kind of attraction, and Roadrunner Railway, another kids coaster. But most importantly that year was Medusa, the first B&M floorless coaster in the world. 2000 saw a huge addition to the park as Hurricane Harbor was added, a large state-of-the-art water park featuring your standard water park attractions, always a good time. 2001 saw the addition of Nitro, a huge B&M hypercoaster. It has been operating for quite some time now, and it is still one of the best rides in the park. You can't go wrong with B&M. That same year also saw the removal of Time Warp, as it was just broke all the time, and it was scrapped. 2002 saw the removal of Evolution, and that was sent a pack into Six Flags St. Louis, where it operates today as Excalibur. 2003 saw the addition of Superman the Ultimate Flight, a B&M flying coaster, which I feel are super fun models. That same year also saw Eruption, an upcharged slingshot attraction added to the park as well. 2005 turned out to be a monumental year for the park, as a brand new area was added, the Golden Kingdom, and with it coming the world's tallest roller coaster, King Ka. Standing 456 feet tall, it broke all kinds of records, and still, to this day, remains the world's tallest. But of course, when some things are added, some things must go, and the Rotor, Spinmeister, and Viper were all closed and removed that year. 2006 saw the addition of two new areas, Bugs Bunny National Park and Plaza del Carnival, with that bringing El Toro, an Intamin prefabbed Woody, which is widely regarded as one of the best roller coasters in the world. And Freefall and Hydroflume were removed that year as well. 2007 saw the removal of Batman and Robin the Chiller, as it was just deemed too much to maintain anymore, and it was gone. Looping Starship and Splash Waterfalls also bit the dust that year. 2008 saw the addition of the Dark Knight, an indoor dark ride Wild Mouse kind of attraction coming from Mach. 2009 saw Medusa get a re-theme to Bizarro. 2010 was the year Six Flags filed for bankruptcy as the country was in financial turmoil. We also saw the removal of Eruption and the Great American Scream Machine. This was a very beloved roller coaster, but it was just aging, and it was time to go. 2011 saw Chang come on over from Kentucky Kingdom, where it was rethemed as the Green Lantern. 2012 saw the addition of the Sky Screamer. Ugh. Terrifying rides. That same year also saw the separate safari park be combined with the theme park to create one huge park. And as of today, it is the second largest theme park in the world, only behind Disney's Animal Kingdom. 2013 saw the addition of the Safari Off-Road entrance in Frontier Adventures and the removal of Rolling Thunder. 2014 saw another record broke in the park as Zumanjaro was added into the Kingda Ka Tower and became the world's tallest drop tower. 2015 saw Larson Looper come to the park and El Diablo, and Blackbeard's Lost Treasure Trains got a retheming to Harley Quinn Crazy Train. 2016 saw The Joker, an SNS 4D spinning coaster, come to the park, which apparently Six Flags bought in bulk because just about every Six Flags park has one. They're still pretty fun though. 2017 saw the addition of Justice League, one of the best dark shooters in the country. 2018 saw the addition of Cyborg Spin, an ABC Rides Tourbillon, quite a unique attraction. And also, El Diablo was quietly dismantled and removed. No one really knows why, but 2019 saw the addition of Wonder Woman Lasso of Truth, another record-breaking ride, a Zamperla Frisbee attraction, and is the world's tallest of its kind. That same year also saw the closure of Roadrunner Railway to make way for another roller coaster. The Jersey Devil, set to open in 2021, will be the world's tallest single-railed roller coaster, and sure to provide an amazing ride experience. Six Flags Great Adventure. This park started out with a bang, had some rocky teenage years, but matured into one of the top-tier Six Flags parks. It's right up there. It's one of their big three, and if continued to be treated properly, will remain one of the most respected theme parks in the country.